G'day friends and fans, welcome to Dave Talk. Tabletop News, number 62. Got an action-packed collection from my usual friends over at Bundle of Holding. Before I begin, I'd like to thank patrons and other supporters and invite you to join them through. Well, I hit screen share, but try again. And try again. And try again. Ta-da! Third time the charm. Gonna move on. I get really annoyed with how cheap some of these and they're all the same. All these studios are the same technology and they're all cheap. They take your money, but they don't give you a stable service. I guess that's because they want you to pay more. And get enough money out of me. Alright, so Mutant Classics. I don't get it. Hey, look, if I get enough money, sure. If I was making a lot of money, I would buy a premium service. So please forgive the glitches. Okay, Bundle Holding. Mutant Crawl Classics. From September 21, a techno-magical post-apocalyptic tabletop role-playing game collection of ebooks from Goodman Games. The starter collection, $7.95, gives you the basic collection. Whether you're a mutant, a seeker, robot killer, or a stoic shaman guarding forgotten ancient sciences, there's traceably one in the taboo lands of the ancients. Based on Goodman's Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG, Mutant Crawl Classics is a standalone game in the tradition of Gamma World, if people remember that it was actually predated Dungeons and Dragons. I used to have it. Yeah, Adventure like it's 1978. Now, of course, pay the threshold price of $17.63 and you level up and you get the entire bonus collection with 7 more titles, with a retail value of $49. The starter collection gives you the Mutant Crawl Classics RPG and Dungeon Master screen, technology and triumph run by mutants and magic. And you get in the starter collection MCC Hive of the Overmind. Mutant Crawl Classic. Younglings on the ride of their passion regain the consciousness of drone slaves of the savage Ant-Man in the gigantic hive in the north. The land of insect revolution. You are 0 levels. Contend with insectoid megafauna and maze-like underground installations. Survive the ominous Overmind building-sized insect queen sovereign to ancient AI. So, wow, right? But bonus collection. More data orb of the Megamind. A thorough guide to the holy ancient relics. And 6 more classic adventures. So you got supplement, originally published as a module. Knowledge is power, and through that you get 6 more adventures. So turn a boring weekend into a series of amazing weekends with multiple adventures as you crawl through the Mutant Wastelands. And of course, all of this is brought to you by patrons and supporters like you. Buy my books, and of course I have a second Patreon with my writing and so forth. More details at the end. But I really need your support, please, and thank you. Join. You can join for free, but those who do join, you get more access to material, to publication. Rolling on. League of Adventure, Victorian steampunk tabletop role-playing game from PbtA. Starter collection $12.95. It's a ambiguous Victorian steampunk tabletop game from PbtA Games. It's a bit of everything. A bit of antiquity, meets steampunk exploration, semi-fictionalist 1890s. You get Sherlock Holmes, Jules Verne, globe-trotting scientists, crazed inventors, daring explorers, airships, bomb machines, and weird science gadgets. And it's an adventure across the world to other planets, forgotten cities, civilizations, battle wilderness, defeat the various villains in bare-knuckle action. Now, this uses the ubiquity rules of the Hollow Earth Expedition Space 1889. It's an easy dice pool system. Bunch of characters in the spotlight. There's actually a link here. I think I've seen this rule set before, but not recently. Does it have a date? I know I've seen it. It's got some Space 1889, and it's got some modules. What's the date on this? Doesn't give me the date. I don't like when they don't date things. So I'm not here to advertise them anyway, and I'm just giving you information. So easy dice pool system. $12.95 gets you to start 4 titles in the starter collection. Pay $26. 14 or more, and you'll level up and get the entire bonus collection with 15 more titles worth an additional $87. And the starter collection gives you League of Adventures, the steampunk and global trotting adventures in the Age of Exploration. This is the core rulebook. Sets you off on a rip-roaring adventure. And, of course, you've got the Weird Science Compendium, which gives you the Industrial Revolution in the Age of Weird Science. League of Dramaticus Personae. 100 plus characters for the League of Adventures, Gothic Horror, or Cthulhu. And Globetrotter's Guide to London. Basically, when one is tired of London, one's tired of life. It gives you a guide to 1890s London in the Age of Weird Science, of course. Now, of course, when you level up, which I recommend you do, you get the League of Adventures. Greater campaign, great adventures afoot. You are what was pretty much referred to as the great game of the time. The major powers set off to explore the world. And, of course, there's communists. always worth stopping communists. League of Adventures, Tide of War, the stunning adventure of mood madness. Spacefaring scenario for the League of Adventures. Chaos reigns as mood madness watches over the globe, and your second stringers to find out what happened to the first expedition. Letters from the League, collection of wisdom from and globe-trotting guides. Some supplements, new characters, new rules, new lands to explore, a tour for various locations, villains, organizations, wild and exciting events, and of course the British Army and its navies of the late 1890s when Britannia ruled the seas. Girl My Moonlight is a magical girl tabletop role-playing game. $7.95 gets you the entire collection of this anime-inspired role-playing game from Evil Hat Productions about magical girls grappling with destiny. Inspired by Sailor Moon, Steven Universe, and others, Girl by Moonlight adapts the blades in a dark RPG to represent the breadth of the Meihou Shogo genre. Customize your game with your Silver Star Knight Racing Club to claim the lost Nebula Crown, or hunters in the pristine city confronting their former friend Amara Rath before she drowns the world of despair, or be a mecha pilot. And of course, there are whether you're a guardian, unlikely heroes, etc. You can play. I just got spammed in chat. Sorry. Yes. Whether you're a guardian, unlikely hero, outsider, stranger, or any other archetype, Girl by Moonlight takes you on a journey of self-discovery. $7.95 for the complete set. Girl by Moonlight defies society's expectations, assume your full power, and descend to your true self. Yeah, YA fantasy. And they offer a fresh perspective with a collection of art, essays, fiction, and play advice with 6 short issues, which came to a backing campaign originally to create your own magical girl stories. If you're an anime fan or want to expand your modern or futuristic role-playing, this is definitely a nice little budget item. Of course, in the age of superheroes, one must remember that long before there was the Marvel mania, there was the superhero craze in the tabletop world. And it was actually revived, originally from 1989, revived in 2017, and again in 2025. We have the Superhero Champions. The core collection at $14.95 comes with nearly 30 supplements, rulebooks, and adventures from the 4th edition, which ran from 1989 to 2001. This is Champions, the super role-playing game from Hero Games, starting with the 4th edition core rulebook, and there are over 1,900 pages of material. All DRM free. Level up, and of course the price to level up is $31.41. Maybe a bit rich for some, but you get 15 more titles with an additional value of $105. This actually takes you into the golden age of superhero role-playing. Pay the minimum price, and you get the core collection. Out of the core collection, you get the 2 rule books. You have the big blue book and the Hero System rulebook with the GM's read. Then you have the supplement with classic enemies, classic organizations, and corporations. Yeah, folks, America has long viewed corporations as the enemy. It's throughout pop culture. Evil organizations. Now, of course, you have, for every evil organization, you have the heroic and villainous agencies. So you have quite a collection of heroes and villains. And of course, you have normals, or allies, and mutant files. More supplements. Our normals is about the unpowered. Allies are people on the side of new heroes, presenting 40 new characters. And the mutant files, well, the mutants, how they come about, how they live their lives, the genocide, the villainous organization. Sorry, genocide is the villainous organization that seeks total destruction of all mutants and the purification of humanity. So long before Shadowrun with Humanus, there was a Humanus. It's always been throughout history. There's a long history of cliches that work, particularly the superhero genre. But one thing we don't get a lot of in modern superheroes is beasts, dragons, aliens, fairies, dinosaurs, movie monsters. I think that's why Godzilla stands out so much. It's one of the few monster franchises that is successful. Same with Creatures of the Night. There's more supernatural foes than vampires, but other than vampires and zombies, nothing else has stuck with the normies. The normies, however, tabletop role-playing game, of course, isn't aimed at the normies. It's aimed at the those who like a challenge, like to broaden their mind, instead of just looking at pretty colours and listening to beep, 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 bop, 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 bop on the screen. And if you know those sounds, or wee you, bop, 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 yeah, you know tabletop games from the 70s and 80s. Not saying that, yeah, I actually played a lot of video games, and a lot of them were themselves cliches. But I actually started in gaming and went to tabletop gaming and writing. I really never got into comic books, although I did have some 70s and 80s Spider-Man, and many I've and Archies and what's the other one? Casper. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, got off. Level up. You get the bonus collection. Dark Champions. Yeah. The anti-hero. The vigilante. There are those who walk the line between justice and vengeance, and those who cross it. Dark Champions goes to the streets and test your mettle and morality. Golden Age Champions, punch Nazis, save the world. Another, again, post-war propaganda, and as post-war as particularly nothing new. I mean, it is what it is, but I think moving on, we have the martial artists and mentalists. Again, the golden age of martial arts and martial arts action movies did actually lend itself to a lot of, I suppose, what you could say, superheroes in name only. And I mean, all but superheroes in name only. You had many martial artists and samurai films and ninjas that were obviously superheroes of a sort, but they weren't called superheroes. Uh, they did have ultimate characters. I'm trying to think of one. It starts with Z. It was a Japanese series. It's really good. It's culminating in a series of films that ultimately was ripped off and became Star Wars. George Lucas is not a genius, but hey, comprehensive martial arts guides, mentalists, and again, mental powers used to be very big. Magic, again, used to be very big. Right now, I think there's a possibility for a resurgence in the interest in magic with the rise of RPGs. To Super Mage, Mighty Rituals, Talismans, Incantations. Of course, with Super Magic, you have Super Beasts, Spirits, Magical Races, Monsters. Or design your own. Mystic Masters, complete ready to run superhero campaign. And of course, you have new rules, classic articles, characters, and campaign advice, various challenges, and of course, the mightiest heroes have died. What happens next? Well, new hybrids meets Cyberpunk meets New Millennium. You have to You have new superheroes and new villains, new settings, new alliances. Telsorian, you should know that name. Very big in role playing and role playing books and stories. The Champions 4th Edition universe is the second of two revivals of the superhero genre. This is straight out of the 90s, but reborn in 2017 and reborn yet again. Now, the starter collection, 1795, gives you a chance to get the complete Champions 4th Edition line, the complete Champions role playing, with an additional 37 supplements and adventures. 1795 gives you the 19 titles in the starter collection, level up and pay $35.96 and you get the entire collection, which has an additional value of $110. It's 9 Champions books. And the starter collection, you get the 5 Champions enemies books, aliens, and high-tech enemies in Europe. And of course, you have the Day Destroyer and 3 more adventures. San Angelo, you'll have City of Heroes, City of Villains, comprehensive city sourcebook, the Denzians, the enemies, and of course, dragons in Little China. Now, invasions, invaders, and pyramid, of course. What is the 90s without an alien invasion? How to create them? Invaders from below. Remember, long before there was talk of aliens on Mars, there were actually talk of underground civilizations. Of course, you have the Zodiac Conspiracy and more. Meet the Zodiac 12 sophisticated villains. If you don't actually understand the Zodiac Conspiracy, it's a sort of does involve basically there wasn't one killer, there was multiple killers, and it's not you. There was actually, I think it's the same with Jack the Ripper, that there were multiple killers. And of course, it's happened throughout history. But this is an interesting take on it, that you have actually 12 a dozen covert operatives trying to achieve a global mastery of sorts. Atlantis, well, a lot of people don't understand. It just means the land of giants. There's very little information about Atlantis and the legendary undersea kingdom, but it, it's it's an interesting premise that has surfaced time and time again. Uh, in the 90s, same with the Olympians and other Greek. Surprised they haven't got the Odyssey. Uh, but you have superhero sticks through that. What happens when a superhero slips through the portal or banished? In Champions in 3D, you have the 4th edition line answers the questions, complete detail from historical, alternative history timelines and exotic dimensions with a huge cast of contributors. Now, you have companion books, which again expands characters, adds new equipment, criminals, etc. New universe, kingdoms. Of course, we're talking about the kingdom, the United Kingdom. Guns are rare, supervillains drive on the left, and think you speak the language. Written by native Britons, edited by Americans. You have also the Great White North that is the province of New America. Just kidding, folks. I don't actually care either way or think it'll happen. Mind games and watches. Again, we have paranormal, psychic powers, dragons, martial arts, and Foxbat. Well, Foxbat is another superhero supreme group that are basically evil. Dr. Foxbat declared war against the finest. Now, you have various adventures also that go along with that. $208 worth. So you have two amazing, of course, like I said, a lot of stuff you may recognize, but yes, you'll come to know that Marvel isn't very marvelous or original. It's just they've dumbed it down for the normies and pretty much gotten away with just that's what they do. He who has the gold rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. Genre role playing source books for Hero. Now, this is this is based on the Hero system, and this is for the Hero system. So they're very compatible. But in this, you have campaigns for the Hero system, not the Hero system. You have campaigns for it. But of course, each is a standalone. Okay, so you don't need the Hero system. This is the Hero system. If it makes sense. I hope I do. Right. So each one standalone. You have the cyber, fantasy, and companions for fantasy, horror, Kazai, which is about superhumans. You want to be stronger, faster, smarter, cybernetics, ninja, and westerns. So when you're done playing superhero, you can become a magic, cyber, horror, ninja, gunslinger. Alright, on Drive Through RPG, we have Urban Shadows, second edition for the Apocalypse. It's a rule system The city hungers, will you feed it? City streets bleed shadows, and the supernatural politics of the city will swallow you whole. You suffer as the saviour who doesn't have enough, or take advantage of the weakness in fiend and foe alike. Friend and foe. Fiend. Friend and foe. Will you be the fiend who takes advantage of friend and foe? And will you fight the darkness, or give in for power? It's an urban fantasy in which mortals and monsters vie for control of a city and a political um, battleground. Under the reality we know, you have vampires, fairies, hunters, and wizards fighting for place in the streets, in the skyscrapers, and make deals with each other. City yours, city awaits. Powered by the Apocalypse. That's the version, I think. And it's a PDF from Magpie game. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Wait. Okay, there we go. This is the price in Australian dollars. Sorry. Now, A Taste of Trouble is straight up Dungeons and Dragons. A magical mishap draws you into a quaint cottage in the hills where unexpected dangers and secrets await. You begin with a simple investigation and you get more than you bargained for in a 2 to 4 hour adventure designed for first to fourth level characters. Blends combat, problem solving, and role playing with a mystery. And of course, yeah, it's on sale right now for under $5. Well, $5 Australian, so most of the world that's under $5 everywhere. And again, please and thank you. Consider joining my Patreon today, supporting the channel. Of course, you can support me on Ko-Fi. And again, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to the Men's Room and Anime Night 1992, 2 channels regularly appear on. Yeah, as I said, you can support me on Ko-Fi, Patreon. I have a second Patreon. My writing Patreon is at PbtA Applegate. And of course, buy my books and buy my merch. Now, all my links are in the link tree in the description below, or use the QR code on the screen. Please and thank you. See you in the next video. And bye for now. And of course, I forgot to enlarge the screen. Sorry about that. Gosh. Please and thank you. See you in the next video. Bye for now.